My name remains Eda Julius Adamu. I want to give God the glory, honor, and what He has done for me for my last visit to my village for this Christmas. Mommy make a declaration that anyone that wants to travel, you should make sure you see her. And no one should travel without seeing her. And even though you are not traveling, somebody is coming to visit you from the village, you should also make opportunity to see her. So when I want to travel, I call her, I send her a text. She asked me for the date, and I told her the date. Even when I still came to the church, when she said I should see her, she told me if my going to the village is not important, but he would have asked me not to go. But God did not tell her more for me not to go to the village. But what God speaks to her is that there is a particular woman that is waiting for my arrival, that any money that I will give to her, that he will use it against me to bring me down or to give me a place where he has kept others. But if I want to give somebody money, neither transfer or I put it in Psalm 7 in my Bible. To God be the glory. I have a very big Bible like my size. When I went to the village, all she said happened. All she said happened. But life, we men will say sometimes we are big to keep instruction. But when you have a wife that is spiritually inclined with you, it gives you a better head. Even when the joy of visiting home, because for the past 4 years, I've not done Christmas in my village. But when the joy came, my wife kept on reminding me, well, this is what mommy asked you to do. It got to a point I forgot, to be honest. She said, no, don't give this money. Go to that Bible. Because somebody met me outside. So along the line, every morning we were doing morning devotion. Even no matter the weakness or whatever, my wife will wake me up with my elder sister. We will go to my mother, my biological mother's room. Because my father, I know the village, the home I come from. So on the process of morning devotion, at least even if you are deaf or dumb, you hear people praying. When we are praying, that when the enemies are knocking. When we are praying, that is when knocking. So it got a point. I anointed my mother's grave, I anointed my father's grave. All I was doing, I was carrying mommy along. And she made herself available for me to answer my call. So after that, in the evening, there was no light. I said, let me on Jen. Came out. A bat nowhere. Right on my shoulder. A bat nowhere. Even I pressed on my shoulder, I received a very cold and solid headache. Thank God for the water and the oil I went home with. And the anointed mantle she gave to me. So I spread the mantle on my head, I poured the water, I emptied the oil. The headache and the body vanished. But that does not rest there. I was still calling her because I want her to decree a word. Immediately I was flashing her, her line was busy. She called me back and I explained to her. He said, son, nothing will befall you. Here I am today. I have returned back to Port Harcourt safely. I give all the glory.
And when they saw that every plans were aborted, they sent a bat. A bat. Do you know the bird they call bats? They sent the bat right inside his compound and the bat perched. But before the bat came, the assignment which the bat was coming from have already been arrested spiritually. The Bible says when they will rise up to eat up our flesh, they stumbled and they fell. Meaning that before they start the attack, they have already fallen. I prophesy as we journey through 2022. Any attack they will raise against you on this altar, I decree the attack is already destroyed. It will have no effect over you and your family. Amen.